still sticking. No, now it shows me looking at my phone.
Oh, all right.
Hey, are we back? I think we might be back. Well, that's a first, if we are truly back. That's a first for the Giddy Gang show. We had a power outage. Lights went, fortunately, the video server itself is on a power backup, universal power supply. So it took a minute for the internet connection to come back up, but we're back. We survived a power outage. Well, don't worry. I didn't say anything interesting. Well, a few swear words that thankfully you probably didn't hear, but I was just about to take the front off of this. Now, this faux soundboard, it's not a true soundboard because it really isn't going to be involved in the resonance of the instrument. I made from the old American chestnut that I've been using on a lot of different instruments. That came from a farm in Maine, a couple hundred years old. I figured it would suit well with a wagon wheel themed guitar. Of course, that's going to be the theme. I keep saying guitar. Banjo is actually what this is. This steel ring that's going to be the tone ring of the banjo portion of this instrument, I made from the steel rim of the other wheel that I took apart, and it's pretty thick. It's pretty beefy steel.
Definitely beefy.
So I started off, and you can see 42-inch diameter on these wheels, and I wanted to take 42 inches down to 8. So I started off on the little slip wheel I have that is used for putting radiuses into steel. Well, it wasn't made to do steel this thick. So I got it to about a foot, about 12 inches. So at that point, it's like a C shape. And it just wouldn't. I got blisters cranking. I was sweating like a pig. So what I ended up doing is taking a big chunk of African mahogany that I happen to have, cut it to an 8-inch circle, and then attached one part of the thing and just kind of bent and pounded and clamped and forced it to almost
somewhat round shape.
A circle-ish sort of, more of like a nice pear. Not a pear, I don't know, a nectarine. Who knows? But I got that, and then a little bit of spot welding, a little bit of arc welding. Took a few goes, holding the thing, bzz, bzz, stick, pull, back, back. Marty came down the next day, and of course he did welding for a lot of years. He's like, oh, I could have bit. I'm like, thanks, Marty. A little bit of slag still on there. Anyway.
I was going to say, did he critique your slag?
He was good enough to not critique too much.
He slagged your slag.
It's holding together. That's what matters. So that's going to be the tone ring. That the skin, I didn't bring the skin in that I'm fixing to use, but basically a drum head, 18-inch drum head. So this morning, I took this up to my buddy Dale, who runs a drum making workshop upstairs, and got to talking to him like, do you think, I asked Dale, that this faux soundboard will be enough to hold that head down and keep it stretched tight over the tone ring? And he was nice about it, but he basically told me there's no way in hell that that's going to hold up to it. It'll crack, it'll split, it'll pull up, and you'll ruin it. Like, oh, all right. So what he said to do was to cut another ring, and I used 6 millimeter thick plywood, basically 1/4 inch thick Arctic birch plywood, and then I had to route out my interior support so it would fit down in. So basically, and Monday might be the day this happens. I got to soak the calf skin head, or maybe it's goat, I don't know, some kind of skin head, put it over this with the ring in place. Okay, so the ring is in place. How does this work? Who knows? The wet skin goes over it, and then this ring gets pushed down. There's how it matches up. Pushed down over that. Somehow. Oh, got it in upside down.
There you go.
Do I? I don't know. I'll figure it all out on the day itself. Don't worry, folks. Trained professional. Yeah, there it goes. This pushes down and pulls that skin tight down over the ring. Then that pushes down into the braces, and that screws down. Boom. So now that's tight, and the skin is still sticking out. Then, still pulled taut, this goes over, and I got all these screw holes that all get screwed down.
It's going to go so easy.
Which I hope will clamp that banjo head down nice and tight so it can't come loose. As it dries, it tightens, and it's going to make a banjo.
It will.
Right? Bridge is going to sit right on there. It's going to be beauteous. Why are you laughing?
Of course it is.
Now, as a little insurance policy, I got all crazy and drilled and threaded some holes, and I put some 5/16 inch set screws in there. The same ones we sell for use as CBG nuts and bridges, 1.5 inches long, which rest right under where that steel ring is. So if it all is done and it seems a little loose, I can crank these up just a little bit to raise that ring up, tighten it up, and hopefully be all right. Now, of course, with those old natural hide head banjos, the old timers would hold it over a trash can fire or a stove or whatever. The heat will also tighten it. So I added a couple little risers here to help keep the ring in place as those set screws are raised or lowered. So that's where I'm at, 19-inch scale. Still some of the original paint visible there on my brace, which was made from spokes. The neck is made from spokes laminated together. The sides are made from the outer rim. The bracing, if it's not from the wheel itself, it's that old American chestnut. So I hope it works. Good Lord. I put a lot of effort into this thing.
You love these projects.
Oh, I keep saying, after this one, I said it after the steamer trunk, I think I said it after the Charlie guitar. After this one, I'm going to go back to building simple things like hobo fiddles. Because while it may be cool, and while it may be fun at first, anyway, I don't want to force that. That's where I am thus far on what will be the wagon wheel guitar. And by popular request, of course, the first song I'm going to play on it is Wagon Wheel.
Absolutely. That's going to be a 4-string tenor, you said?
Yeah. GDAE tuning, I'm pretty sure. Not sure yet if it's going to have nylon or steel strings. It should be able to handle steel, especially if
That's pretty beefy.
Especially if I bust a... I can't really get at that. It's beefy except for right here. That's the weakest point, and I'm not able to get a screw through because of how the brace and everything is. So I don't know. I probably might end up doing nylon on it. Let you have that. Heading down south to the land of the pines. Oh, you got it. Where'd the guitar go? All right.
You want it?
Nope. Unless you wanna do Mingale.
Yes.
Now this is a Scottish song, I believe. We've done it on the show before, but one of my favorites, especially when Danny sings it.
Thank you.
So I can do a little bit of harmony instead of having to lead. I can't believe we survived that power outage. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Didn't
Well, it
have
was
to
only lasted a few seconds.
Didn't have to restart the stream or nothing. All right, here we go.
Do you want to solo it all? Mine. Yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys. Bring her head round and Yo-yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingalay. What care we though with the minches? What care we for wind and weather? Bring her round, boys, every inches, sailing homeward to Mingalay. Yo-yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys, bring her head around into the weather. Yo-yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingalay. Take it away. Waves are waiting on the beachhead, looking seaward from the heather. Bring her round, boys, and we'll anchor ere the sun sets on Mingalay. Yo-yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys, bring her head around into the weather. Yo-yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingalay. One more time.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Waves are waiting on the beachhead, looking seaward from the heather. Bring her round, boys, and we'll anchor ere the sun sets on Mingalay. Yo-yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys, bring her head round into the weather. Yo-yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingalay. One more time. Yo-yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys, bring her head round into the weather. Yo-yo-ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingalay. Woo.
So a couple of questions popped up here. Bill Nolan asked if I'm eligible for the banjo contest. No, I'm not. This is not going to be part of the banjo contest. As one of the judges, it wouldn't be quite right, would it? No. Just building this for fun and my own edification. Mike Kinsey said he wished he has the patience to do something this complex. I ain't gonna lie, Mike, I wish I did too. One of the hardest things about a build like this, where you haven't done it before, quite probably nobody in their right mind has ever done it before, you gotta do things in the right order.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you glue the soundboard on too soon, you're gonna be in a heap of trouble because they're, thinking through the steps, thinking through the process is one of the hardest parts. Now, if you're building something you've built before, you kind of already know that. Like, when building a cigar box guitar, you got to notch your neck, then you notch the box, and then you notch the neck, and then you put it in, you go to the brace, and you
Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
with crap like this, boy.
Yeah, could you explain that again? I didn't
You got it. Hey, it's 4 o'clock.
Look at that.
What the hell are we doing here talking?
We gotta sing one more song, I think.
Is Danny drinking shine from the canteen? I don't know what he's got in there, folks. But I'm fairly certain it's water in the canteen.
Oh, yeah.
The reason I never offer Danny a whiskey is he prefers not to imbibe it, so
No, I
don't
gave
want
it
you
up.
to think I'm just being rude. And this one prefers beer. I ain't got no beer.
No.
So
We can cure that, though.
yeah, I can be cute. There's a brewery
Momentarily.
opening up right down. I wonder if he's there. Hope
We'll
he's there.
find out.
Fixing to find out, folks. That's about all we got for you this week. Not quite sure how we filled an hour, but by God, we did. Next week, I know Jim Burt is excited. He tends to be. But Green Heron, our good friends Scott and Betsy Heron, are going to be hopefully making the trip up from Exeter or Kingston, wherever the hell they live. If you've seen, I've shared their live streams a couple of times. A couple of phenomenal musicians. They can both play just about anything with strings, and they sing old-timey bluegrass. They get into the Irish and Celtic. Just some great, great stuff. And I'm excited to have Scott and Betsy up here to try out, hopefully this new little thing will be done by then. I'm going to bring in the cigar box fiddle that Jim Morris built. We got various banjos and hobo fiddles and mandolin-like things, and then hopefully they're just going to try them all, by God. It's going to be a great time. Probably just going to be a jam session. You know, you'll have that. But tune in for that. It's going to be good. I might do a couple with them and then just let them go.
Yeah,
Here you go.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like for my part, I just cause more harm than good.
Well, the harmonica I think would fit. We'll see. We'll see.
True,
We're not going to go into it with a firm set list. They're both cool and can roll with it. They've come to sessions. It's all going to be great. So good. Well, that's all I've got. I think we did. Oh, we did have that one. I'll take the guitar back for this.
Yes.
We'll go out on this one. Oh boy, that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. This is going to end up being a heavy little 19-inch scale instrument. The Charlie Boyle guitar is heavy. The steam trunk guitar is freaking weighs a ton. I don't build them light, folks. I think this is done in D. This is the aforementioned Irish song, kind of making fun of death. Well, look at the coffin with golden handle. Isn't it grand, boys? Be bloody well dead. Let's not have a sniffle. Let's have a bloody good cry. And always remember, the longer you live, the sooner you bloody well die. Well, look at the flowers, all bloody withered. Isn't it grand, boys? Be bloody well dead. Let's not have a sniffle. Let's have a bloody good cry. And always remember, the longer you live, the sooner you bloody well die. You want to take the mourners in? Look at the mourners, bloody great hypocrites. Look at him. Isn't it grand, boys, to be bloody well dead? Let's not have a sniffle. Let's have a bloody good cry. And always remember, the longer you live, the sooner you bloody well die. And look at the preachers, be sanctimonious.
Isn't it grand, boys? Be bloody well dead. Let's not have a sniffle. Let's have a bloody good cry. And always remember, the longer you live, the sooner you bloody will die.
And look at the widow, bloody great female.
Isn't it grand, boys, to be bloody well dead? Let's not have a sniffle. Let's have a bloody good cry. And always remember, the longer you live, the sooner you bloody will die. And always remember, the longer you live, the sooner you bloody will die.
Just 6 months, and it'll be St. Patrick's Day again. A new year, 2021. We will have put 2020 behind us. And hopefully it'll be all sunshine and rainbows and wonderfulness.
Whiskey.
Whiskey, and Nancy whiskey. All right, well, thank you all for joining us today for a somewhat ad hoc show. No video breaks, no rests for the weary, just except for the short power outage. That was a brief rest. So we appreciate you joining us. And, yeah, we'll be back.
Next week.
Somebody's got to go push that button. You don't know
I'll
what
push
the
'em all.
button is. We'll go out and look at the coffin. That'll do. We thank you and appreciate you. Blah, blah, blah. Bye.
Adios.
Till next week.
I don't even know